Why would they mow down all these people?
You can't let everyone in.
So they killed them?
Dead people don't get infected.
It's kind of shitty.
And the core of The Last of Us is really about the bond between Joel and Ellie.
Can't be any worse than in here. Can it?
And that's kind of what this game circles around in a lot of aspects, is the contrast. And Joel and Ellie are truly like the center of everything inside of this game.
Definitely Joel and Ellie's friendship, relationship is something you would have in real life.
A hound in the distance is starting to bay.
And these are two survivors living in a world that has been decimated for 20 years by this pandemic.
Joel is a survivor who's basically been filtered through or strained through this tragedy, which is the pandemic that hits and decimates society. And any of the survivors who get through that kind of a tragedy or a situation are going to have a true transformation of character and who you are and where you draw your moral lines.
Hey.
There you are. Are you okay?
Whereas Ellie, who's 14 years old, so all she knows is this world after this pandemic. She's lived in this very isolated quarantine zone run by the military. She's seen people get executed for breaking laws, for stealing, for testing positive for infection. So unlike someone like us who would be horrified by seeing someone get killed or seeing some of these violent acts, she can kind of just brush them off because she sees them on a daily basis.
The journey basically takes these two people and propels them into a situation kind of beyond their control, and it's in circumstances that they didn't necessarily ask for. But these two contrasting characters wind up together and outside of the quarantine zone, and this really opens up an opportunity to have these two characters play off each other.
Whoa. This is fancy.
You know, she's 14 in sort of this post-apocalyptic world, but she's not your average 14-year-old by any means.
You ever stay at a place like this? Before it all went to shit, I mean.
She's a little bit feisty, but also she's more of an adult than someone would be used to, you know, a 14-year-old in our world.
Man.
What?
Nothing, it's just... I've never seen anything like this, that's all.
You mean the woods?
Yeah. Never walked through the woods. It's kind of cool.
In writing The Last of Us, it all started from this very high concept. Bruce, the game director, and I both worked on Uncharted 2. And there was this bit in Uncharted 2 that was really inspirational to us for this game, is this bit where you're with Tenzin, this Sherpa in Nepal that saves Drake.
Tenzin doesn't speak English, and Nathan Drake has to kind of fumble his way through this as Tenzin walks through the village, kind of showcasing almost like with pride of like, you know, this is his, these are his people and this is his village, and he's kind of the local village badass in a way is how we wrote him. And we thought it was really interesting to create that dynamic of somebody who doesn't speak the language and Nathan Drake trying to fumble, and you as the player controlling your way through that and kind of experiencing that.
And for that sequence, we really try to use gameplay and see how much of a bond, how much of a relationship we can build with gameplay over the course of just a couple levels. And we felt we were pretty successful with it. And then this idea came to be, I was like, well, what if we took an entire game and based it around this concept? So at the beginning of the game, these two characters meet, and they don't even like each other very much. And over the course of the entire game, you see this bond form, and it's formed slowly, bit by bit at a time, that by the end of it, you're seeing greater and greater sacrifices that these two characters are willing to do for one another.
We want you to feel the changing of these characters and dynamically transform these characters over the course of this adventure.